Okay, the horizontal elbow. There's two different ways of doing the horizontal elbow, and both of them they're gonna be set the same. So if you're in your self defense stance, hands up, whether you're like this or like this, um, but you're gonna push off that back rear leg, and you're gonna pivot that foot and rotate those hips. As you're rotating those hips, the elbow is just gonna come straight up, okay? And then as you're rotating, that elbow is going to come around and hopefully hit your attacker. So, a couple things though. One, I'm not gonna bring my elbow back and then rotate like that. It's not. You're not doing. Something like bringing it back and then forward. As you start to rotate, the elbow is just gonna come straight up. So you're gonna be like that. Now there's two ways, and I when you have a fist and you're both, I think both ways have really good applications to them. If your fist is tight and you're coming around, if you notice, if you touch your elbow right here when your fist is tight, you're not, you can kind of feel that bone, but really what you're doing is you're kind of smashing your elbow into them. And then two, if you don't rotate and I'm just like this and I just bring it up and bring it around, my elbow will stop right here. Okay, so if I was in my self defense stance and I bring it around, my elbow stops here, and then I have to rotate the rest of that around. The other way of doing it is you're going to bring that elbow up, but as you're rotating, your hand is going to come down. Now, what that's going to do, if my hand is in a fist and it's tight, like I said, you feel all that muscle right there and everything. Now, if I loosen my hand and I bring it down, my elbow will actually, instead of stopping here, will actually stop here. That gives you that extra play. So you're not having to rotate as far around. And two, if you touch your elbow here, now you can feel all your elbow. So you're going to hit them with the actual, just the hard part of your elbow. So I think both have applications. So like if this was my attacker and I need just a nice quick elbow, then I'm going to take my hand and I'm going to tuck it, because now I don't have to rotate a ton. I can get that elbow around. I can rotate, get that elbow around, hit them, bring it back down. If I was gonna kind of set up something else, I think this elbow works a lot better. So if I was going to rotate with that, this right here now is where I'm at. I have to rotate this distance right here. I can bring that elbow straight down, and I can hit him with, an uppercut or something like that. I'm not saying you can't get that rotation, from doing this, but I think when your hand is down and you're making that rotation, now I have to bring my elbow down and I have to fix, my fist back into, my self defense position. So, it's only a couple, it's maybe, half a second more, but, when every second counts. So I think learning both, one, just doing the elbow smash, and two, learning I just call it an elbow slash, because when you can bust someone open with that elbow a lot easier. So you can create a lot more cuts on them. So I just call it an elbow slash. That's how I differentiate them. So one, elbow smash, boom, and then I can bring an uppercut. Two, elbow slash. And I think the first elbow, the elbow smash, I think, to me, that actually I think is a lot more effective when you hold somebody and you can bring that elbow straight up and you can smash it right into them. So like that. Compared to the other one where, you know, I don't know, it just, like I said, both are good. I think it's good just to learn both, honestly. But that's how you do the horizontal elbow. Remember, one, you're gonna pivot. Two, you bring that elbow straight up. I like to practice with it, shoulder, you know, just a little bit, basically shoulder height. So I don't get used to just kind of going like this. Because I do also want to use that as, you know, you use it to block. So as someone comes around, you know, your elbow's there, you know, to block your jawline. So placing your lead hand when you're doing a horizontal elbow. You got one, you can either just block straight. So if I was coming around with either one, you put your lead hand in front of your face, and you know you're kind of looking through your fingers through the outside of your hand, and that helps block. You know, if they're, you know, if they throw a straight or something like that. Two, you can also keep your hand here. So, and this is more if I was going to hit him with that elbow, but I was going to try to set it up. So if I was going to hit him with that elbow and I was going to continue, then I could bring it down. This hand is already here in order to hit with that upper or, you know, a hook. So either way, one or 1, 2. So you got two different ways of blocking.